the exposure that Tether has and Circle has, obviously during the banking crisis and Silvergate collapsing, Circle was exposed with 3 billion of their collateral at Silvergate Bank. And then with Tether, you're just talking about how they have over 1 billion of Bitcoin wrapped up in Celsius. This counterparty risk keeps on coming back around, doesn't it? And this is a point that I've made with Ripple and ROUSD. They have this very solid competitive advantage because they don't have any counterparty risk with their collateral being stored at standard custody, their own entity.
I think them owning that entity, it's all in-house, right? Like, to your point, there's no counterparty risk of another custodian going down or the assets not being there. It's all auditable and buttoned up and done in the right way. The U.S. government, there's some talk about them holding the strategic reserve for Bitcoin at standard custody. So I think that that's going to be a big player here in the U.S. for the treasury side of things. You got BNY Mellon that has Fireblocks for their infrastructure, and I think that they'll step in and be a player. We saw the OCC come out and say that banks and institutions can now custody digital assets and they're allowed to participate in the space. So on the other side of stablecoin regulation, I think you're going to see a ton of acquisitions take place for trust banks and fiduciaries and exchanges. They're dealing with digital assets, and a lot of these institutions will just, buy instead of build. But yeah, I think David Sachs had mentioned, to your point, they've not even audited what the U.S. government has. They have no clue. There could be pre-negotiated contracts with Ripple for portions of the escrow that'll come.
Whoa. Now we're getting into dangerous territory, folks.
Yeah, I think that, Greg Kidd made an introduction for Ripple to the Fed back in 2014. He was like the 4th or 5th employee there at Ripple, and we'll see. There's 1,700 contracts that came out in the lawsuit that are NDAs that haven't been exposed, and there could be multiple of those that are with the U.S. government or specific entities for a portion of the escrow.